At the beginning of this act, I set out on an impossible challenge to get rank 1 with initiators only. No!
Oh my god! Nice.
Oh my god, I'm feeling like 100 Thieves EU out here, brother. I'm feeling like 100 Thieves EU out here, baby. I've been grinding a lot of ranked recently, and I've been getting asked a lot of questions. What's your headshot percentage? What agent should I play in rank? Can you show me this lineup? Well, all of these questions can be answered in the app I currently use for Valorant, op.gg. op.gg is a central platform for statistics and skill guides that you could use to improve your in-game experience. Need to see your stats? Check out your match history and see overall what your weak and strong sides look like. Don't know what agent to play in ranked? Check out the agent stats and win rates on all maps. Not sure of the callouts on the map you're currently playing? Well, the in-game app can show you all the callouts instantly at any time. Need a lineup to execute or defend a site? Skill guides have you covered. If you've ever wondered how it's like to have a coach that is always standing by you, op.gg is for you. Level up your game and download the op.gg app. Make sure to check out all the links down below in the description, and let's get back to the video. During the first week of the challenge, I had a spin wheel that would choose which initiator I would play each rank game. After the first week, I realized that the spin wheel would be too hard for a challenge where I'm trying to be the best in a whole region. Playing non-meta initiators was not only costing me rounds, but costing me entire games. So after the first week, we ended up removing the spin wheel. And what do you know? After we removed the spin wheel, it was only up from there. Spawn.
One enemy remains.
Okay.
Go back B, walk back B, walk back B.
Yeah, I'm grown.
One enemy remaining.
I gained over 400 elo just in the second week after removing the spin wheel. So you might think, wow, this challenge is actually really easy. Well, you're wrong. During the third week, it really felt like I was mastering the initiator role and getting a grasp on the game again. I was adding more lineups each day, figuring out which plays were working and which weren't, and kept getting more wins and wins. However, I was getting kind of burnt up from playing initiators, so I stopped after the third week. And on the fifth week, I finally came back and started winning a lot harder than I was before.
Two spawn. The all three, I think it's two spawn one.
Spike down. 30 seconds left.
I have this spike.
Yeah, go.
Smoking him.
Wait out. Oh my god. Curry, nice shot.
Curry, bro.
Watching door again.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, thank god he whiffed on me. Once you enter the top 10 of the Radiant leaderboard, each win only nets you 10 to 15 elo gained, but after each loss, you can lose up to 30 plus elo. And that brings us to now, the 6th week, where I pushed as hard as I could and peaked at rank 2, 922 RR. We can fight him.
Wait, that's away. I can't hear a damn thing. Wait. There's coming in.
Spike down mid.
You have
One enemy remaining.
We have smoke soon, don't? Yeah, I'm taking.
Missiles away.
What's that one?
Nice, one more here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Nice. GG's guys.
Attackers win.
nice shots, bro.
Oh my god.
Man, y'all had some passion. Nice.
Oh my god, what the?
Grenade is live.
Get out.
All missiles away.
2 out.
Double utility, brother. Unfortunately, after getting rank 2, I was not able to keep my lead anymore, and now I'm out of the rank 1 race with a couple of losses. I hate playing Initiator for noobs, bro. Okay, nah, I'm coping. Which ultimately means that I failed Initiator to rank 1 this act. It doesn't mean that I'm never gonna come back and do Initiator rank 1 again, a different act, but it does mean I failed this act. Since I don't want to bore you guys with more Initiator gameplay, I've been heavily considering switching roles going to the next act. But that doesn't mean I'm never gonna come back to Initiator, but it does feel like we need to switch it up a little bit. This is by far the hardest challenge I've ever attempted on stream. And although I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't complete it this act, I'm also very proud of how far I've come, and I feel like this challenge is far from over. After playing 220 Initiator games this act, I feel like I have a good grasp on what the pros and cons are of the role. I highly recommend that you're very vocal as an Initiator player, whether it's your ranked game or a team match. The reason is that your utility is super important and that your team needs to know how your utility is being thrown, whether it's taking a main control on Ascent, or how you're going to exec on B site on Lotus. Communicating your utility as an Initiator is super important, especially when it comes to playing the Duelist role. When Duelists know what is going to be cleared and what's going to be flashed for them, it helps them focus on what they need to clear themselves. Timing utility is super important as an Initiator player, especially with items like the Fade Eye or even the Recon Dart. Imagine you're execing C, and your jet is dashing in sight. When should you throw the dart? If you shoot the dart too early, what's going to happen is the C-side anchor can break the dart and then flick back and be ready to kill the jet. But if you shoot the dart right as your jet is dashing in, it forces the anchor to decide between fighting the jet or breaking the dart, which makes it easier for your Duelist player. Another example of timing your utility well could be like when you're skydogging hookah at B on bind, and your teammate closely follows it so he can punish the guy breaking the dog. Things like that are super important on Initiator, especially in the highest elo, to get the most value out of your utility. Another important thing about playing Initiator is assessing whether your utility is getting high value or not. Once again, imagine ourselves on Haven playing Sova. You dart A long every round on the default, however the enemy team is fully breaking it. Is there a point in still throwing the same dart? They're just going to keep breaking it? Is the info really that valuable? Some could argue, yeah, it's still a little bit more valuable, but you could also switch up the dart. Throw an alternate long dart that's not going to get broken easily. The important part is that you need to have a brain to understand whether your utility is getting value or not, or whether you can be getting more value by doing something else with your utility. Another pro about the Initiator role is that I get to be alive in a lot of the clutch rounds. A lot of the 1vx's, 2vx's, 3vx's, I'm alive to help close out those rounds.
Backside.
I'm working on this way.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Ooh, good. Nice, good job.
I think you go up heaven, bro.
What that?
Good one.
Drop.
Last player standing.
All missiles away.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness.
However, that also brings us to the cons of being an Initiator player. Sometimes when you play Initiator, you can do everything I said correctly, yet your Duelist will somehow find a way not to entry properly or get a kill. And that doesn't mean it's your fault. Sometimes you just get bad teammates and there's nothing you do about it some games. Not every game though. Another problem I had playing Initiator is that I was too supportive. That doesn't mean that I couldn't play aggressive if I wanted to. It just means that in order to create high percentage plays for my team, that I was playing a more supportive role and relied on my teammates hitting the kill or hitting the right timings while I facilitate another part of the map. Every rank 1 in the past has typically been a Duelist player or a flex player. Duelist is the highest impact role, obviously, so playing Duelist would make sense if you're grinding for rank 1. However, since I'm restricted only to Initiator, it was really hard to have impact on certain maps or with certain teams because they just weren't pulling their weight. How are they just flooding that easily? I'm dropping Teo on that map. I'm dropping Teo on most maps now. Fuck Teo. Now, I'm not blaming my teammates for the reason why I didn't get rank 1. I just don't think I was good enough this act in order to get it, because I was definitely in reach of it. But a con of Initiator is definitely having to deal with your teammates and having to baby them almost. For those of you guys that are looking to main a certain role and looking at Initiator potentially and are maybe dissuaded now after what I just said, you shouldn't be dissuaded. Initiator is still the second highest impact role you can have in rank. And if any of you guys are wondering if Initiator fits your playstyle, the type of characteristics I would give to an Initiator player is aggressive when you need to be aggressive, but very vocal and smart with your utility. That also brings me to the type of characteristics that Initiator players should have. 1, be very vocal and communicate with your team, but not only just plans, but also your utility. 2, you need to have a strong mental, because sometimes your duelists not be doing the job properly, but if you get mad and you start being sloppy or you switch up, it's gonna be much harder for your team to win if their Initiative player is not locked in.
Oh my god, like such a trash ass player. So bad. Like how are you that bad? That is genuinely mind-boggling.
3, you need to understand how to play with different styles of players. One day you can have a Jet that's instant running it down, and another round you can have a Reyna that's full lurking every round. Yet you can still win with both those type of players. And the final characteristic should be knowing when to play certain initiatives on certain maps with certain comps. When I'm playing on Bind and I see that my team does no flash, I'm gonna run a Sky. However, if my team is running double duels like your Raze, I'm gonna go for a Fade or a Tejo to make it easier. Because the flash, in my opinion, makes it way easier to win a ranked game than no flash. Hopefully you Initiator mains or future Initiator mains learned a lot from this challenge. I personally felt like I got a lot better at Initiator and am in very, very good form after this. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see me to play Duelist next act or continue on with the Initiator Ranked 1 challenge. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.